Hi friends, have you heard about the hobby of aquarium keeping? Have you thought of having a fish as a pet? Let me help you along. I'm Mathew D'Silva, hobbyist from the age of 8, and I've been keeping fish my whole life, also doing it professionally, and I would like to help you along the way to become a good hobbyist. They say the way to reach a man's heart is through his stomach. Definitely for me it applies. The same is for your fish. You keep your fish happy, you feed them nutritious food, they will be healthy and you will be happy. In this episode, I will let you know how to feed your fish, when to feed your fish, and a few don'ts, what not to do after feeding or before feeding. Now we have different types of fish who live at different levels of the water. We have surface moving fish whose mouth is turned upwards, who live at the surface. Fish like pancheks, guppies, mollies, mouth is turned upwards towards the surface, live at the surface. The next type of fish is which live in the center of the water. We also call them mid-water movers. Their mouth will be tapering like this and they live in the center of the water. Then we have the bottom-moving fish whose mouth will be underneath and not on top or in the center. So these are bottom-moving fish like pelicos. Examples of mid-water moving fish can be tetras, rainbows and many others. Now it is important that when we feed this fish, all of them get to eat. So we need to choose a food, let's say like micro pellets for the top moving. When your fish are small, your mid-water can also eat the micro pellets. Another choice of food will be your ornamental fish wafers, which is slowly sinking. So when you put the food, the top feeders get a chance to eat. The mid-water fish eat as the food moves in the water column, and the pelicos who are living at the bottom get to eat when the food reaches them. Now let's talk about how often to feed your fish. You can feed your fish once a day or twice a day. If you have tetras and very small fish, since they have small stomachs, they need to be fed definitely twice a day. Bigger fish can go by one time a day. Now, a very common mistake made by people is feeding the fish after lights are gone off, feeding the fish and then immediately switching the light off, or feeding the fish in the dark. The proper way to feed your fish is to put the lights on of the tank, and if your room already has light on, best. So, if you are entering your room and the room is in darkness, first switch on your room lights, then switch on your aquarium lights. Wait for some time for the fish to adjust to the light and then feed your fish. Now, we do not have a fixed rule, feed so many grams per fish, because the fish keep on growing. So there is a very easy thumb rule. Feed the fish how much they can consume within a few minutes, max 5 minutes. So let's say you put some food in your tank and after 5 minutes you notice that a lot of food is still around. That means you are overfeeding your fish. Next time cut down the quantity, and this time what you need to do is remove out the extra food from the tank. The reason why you remove out uneaten food is that it will pollute your water and the water will become cloudy. Your ammonia may rise. A few common mistakes made by people keeping fish. Feeding the wrong size of pellet. Now, if you have tetras, you should be feeding microbits. But if you feed a food that the fish cannot directly swallow, then he cannot eat it. So choosing right size of pellet is very important. If you have a very large fish and you give him very small food, again he cannot eat it. He will not be interested in it because it is too small for him. Over a period of time, as we have been in this hobby and business, we have noticed one thing. If you feed your fish and immediately put the lights off, next morning you will be welcomed to dead fish. The reason is that once you feed your fish, the body metabolism rises to digest the food. You put the lights off and the food is undigested, and next morning you will have some dead fish. So see that the lights are on for a few hours after you feed, always. Remember, it is best to underfeed your fish than overfeed your fish. Many a time people go for holidays and ask the neighbor or somebody not accustomed to fish to feed their fish, and the result is usually many dead fish. Feed your fish a variety of foods. At Intan, we have got a huge range. If you are feeding your fish ornamental fish wafers, you can also feed them our bits. If your fish are very small mouth, you can also feed them micro bits, and as a treat, you can feed them foxworms once in a while. At Intan, we have developed the most nutritious food for your fish, which will attract them and keep them healthy for their entire life. So, feeding your fish the correct nutrition at the correct time and quantity will ensure that your fish live a long, healthy, happy life.